Hi, we're talking about Your Money Matters on NDTV Profit, and my name is Alex Matthew. Now, on this show, often we talk about what you should do with money that you earn. We don't necessarily spend too much time talking about the best ways to earn money in the first place. You're wondering what I'm talking about. I'll get to it in just a bit. We're assuming that you will at some point have had a choice of career, and you've chosen to do what you thought you had the aptitude to do. But what if you can plan well in advance? And here we're talking about whether or not you can help your children or people that you know who are around 13 to 15 years old to make the right choices now so that they can benefit in 10 years when they hit the job market. We're talking about jobs that are hot right now and jobs that could be hot 10 years from now, and what you need to know to ensure that your children have the best prospects when they do hit the job market. Jitin Chawla, who is a career counselor, is joining me now for this conversation. Jitin, thanks so much for taking the time. First, I'm just trying to establish the conversation. So how, according to you, has the job market changed over the course of the last decade or two? And 2 decades back, you were talking about the recovery after the dot-com bust. So quite a bit has happened since that point.
So a lot of change. If I look at 10 years back, people are very clear, okay, do an engineering, take up MBA, get a good job, and boom, your life goes on. You get a great multinational company. You might work in India for 1 or 2 years, maybe a good Indian company. And then you just travel and, you could be in US, you could be in Canada. And the world was open for Indians who had technical managerial skills. And of course, doctors, and you had CAs. So if I look at the Gulf region, it was dominated by CAs from India. So things were amazing, I would say, in the sense of people getting in, and there was a increase the way their emoluments were, the way their careers progressed. But today it is very, very different. One, the uncertainty has increased. Today, if I'm looking at, okay, which engineering should I take up? Everyone is thinking AI. The entire world is thinking AI, but will I even get a job? Will AI not only do the programming or take away my jobs? Today, if I'm looking at management, so what do I specialize in? Is business analytics a good field? Should I go for international trade? Will the area of finance remain, or would AI bots do all the stock trading? AI bots will, they're just challenging everything. So today that uncertainty has increased, but nevertheless, there's a new range of careers which is growing today.
Yeah, so let's talk about some of that, right? Because artificial intelligence is really what everyone is speaking about. But the pace at which, Jitin, this is changing, one can't be sure that even 5 years from now, whether you're still going to be relevant. I think a lot of IT professionals, and the last time we spoke on this program was when there were layoffs at one of the IT companies here in India. And we were talking about the fact that IT service providers or people working in the space only have visibility till they're 40, 45. They can't tell what's going to happen beyond that because technology is changing so fast. So what, according to you, are the jobs that will be red hot in the next 5 to 10 years?
Definitely, there are some jobs like cybersecurity. A lot of opportunities. Why? Everything is online. Today, financial transactions, government filings, everything is online. So cybersecurity is big. AR, VR technologies, AML definitely is, but then I feel number of people chasing is too large. And then wherever you can do amalgamation, where two things can mix up with each other, like AI and business, like AI and design, like psychology, business, and maybe AI, So amalgamations is something which we have to look for. It cannot be singular careers. Earlier, if I go back a decade, it was singular careers. Today, some of the top institutes like IIIT Delhi has BTech Design plus Computer Science. They have a BTech Biosciences plus Computer Science. They have a BTech Social Sciences plus Computer Science. Can you imagine that? Yeah. So I mean, 10 years back, I would not have visualized that, hey, this would be a popular course, and people like Google recruiting from there. Why? Google needs to understand psychographics of people. Computational biology. If I'm a bio student, computational biology, which is bio plus analytics. So it is bio plus tech, medical technology. Similarly, bio plus management. So University College London has a course BSc Medical Innovation, which is bio plus entrepreneurship, bio plus management. So a new wave of bio entrepreneurs. I'm sure we are all understanding anti-aging, a lot of work being done around skincare, cosmetic care, and so on. So a lot of bio people with an understanding of entrepreneurship looking at starting their own thing. Check out companies like Beat O in India. They've done an excellent job in diabetes handling. Similarly, for people who have humanities background, so international relations and public policy. Governance consulting is big. A lot of governments, they have been employing, I would say, a lot of young professionals who are helping today in coming out with a different set of governance norms, dashboards, and a renewed way to change digitalization, education, healthcare, and so on. Similarly, I see a lot of mental health professionals, psychologists, So sleep disorders increase in the society, relationship counselors. So they will again be aided. Today, a typical psychology course at a good institution outside and even in India has a mix of understanding of how do you use digital, how do you use psychology and entrepreneurship,
So the question that I have, and you've named quite a few careers, but then while a lot of things are changing, Jitin, certain things remain the same. So from the perspective of the fact that we don't have enough doctors to take care of our population, and there will always be a need for more doctors, and so the medical sciences will continue to have demand. Maybe you can speak about how to add certain other nuances to that career. But engineers, this is what I want to get your opinion on. You mentioned at the start of this conversation that 10 years back, it was pretty clear you do a graduation, and most often people would do an engineering, and then they would do an MBA, and they would do marketing after that, or they would do finance after that, something that was completely unrelated. At a time when India is seemingly walking towards the path of manufacturing in India, do you think that there is an opportunity for things that have gone by the wayside, something like a metallurgical engineering or a mechanical engineering or certain other specialized fields in engineering, robotics, for example? Do you think that there are prospects here?
So definitely, first of all, I'll talk about civil engineering. Look around in Gulf region. I mean, it is Indian civil engineers. Look around in Nepal, Sri Lanka, and of course India, bridges, airports, and so much of construction happening. So civil engineers definitely is there. It's a hot booming job and can be used for entrepreneurship also. Definitely mechanical engineering, as you rightly pointed out. Mechanical can lead people to CAD, CAM, production engineering, automobiles, defense, space. India defense manufacturing is big. So maybe I can do mechanical engineering and then specialize. There's an institute at Pune, government institute, which helps people understand manufacturing for defense. How to manufacture weapons, So that why? Because India outsources so many things, but today it is going to come back. All the very big companies have already invested money in that. And then some areas which have not been looked at, like environmental engineering. It's a hot area. Look at how the Delhi government is going to spend money on Yamuna cleaning, on pollution, and so on and so forth. So across states you have environmental engineers, and even careers like sustainable management, which can be done after environmental engineering or independently. So TERI, the Energy Research Institute, has an MBA Sustainable Management. Even TISS Mumbai started off with that course. So that is something which will again grow up. Engineering and management combined. So for a number of years now, we have been sending students, last 5 years I would say, for a course called MEM, which is Masters in Engineering Management at some of the world's topmost schools. Excellent jobs. Again, companies like Uber, Tesla, Google, they all want people who have an understanding of the technical side and managerial, a combination of both. So that is something to look forward to.
And supply chain, what about supply chains? Because ultimately this is, and I've noticed that there is a course in several top universities globally. I wonder what the prospects here in India are, as you have more of a focus in India of having your factory to the consumer completely mapped out, and a lot of these elements being digitized. Is there an opportunity here as well?
I think there's a tremendous opportunity. I have a batchmate who works with one of the top consulting companies, and his area is supply chain. So today it is not only big companies, but he is also catering to a lot of SMEs. So sometimes he travels to, these places where there is a lot of manufacturing, and he would understand, help them along with his team, and then come out with a solution. So the career routes can be, I can do maths honors and then operations research. I can take up NITI. NITI is one of the top institutes in India for supply chain management. I can, of course, take up a bachelor's here, and mechanical again can be done, and then going for a master's in supply chain management outside, a 1 year or 2 year course. But definitely it has a good scope. Similarly, project management. There is software available. There's a lot of automation already available in it, but still you need people to head and to get it delivered. You need people who will also manage the men, the machines, and maybe any gaps in between. So project management also, a master's course is helpful for young people, and they can look at it. Okay, apart from it, international business, exports and imports. So that's also something which is really big, because again, countries need to import certain stuff, companies need to export. So that will continue with or without AI. That will keep on happening.
Okay. So we've discussed so many prospects. The job market seemingly has a lot of opportunities going forward, and just to think about this is opening up a lot of talking points. But having said that, if you were to list the top 5 educational degrees / postgraduate degrees that, according to you, should be looked at very closely, what would they be at this moment, Jatin?
So I would definitely say cybersecurity. I can do computer science and then specialize in it, or some colleges I can do directly also. I would say civil engineering. I would say psychology. I think it is really growing and growing fast. I would say a combination like BSc law. I definitely think of something niche which can be done, which can be which can help student to propel into a different career spiral altogether. And bio plus management. Bio plus management is something which can again help people in starting their own ventures, or maybe they're a big company. They'll help in understanding which products to launch, how to go about it, how to market it, doing customer surveys, looking at advertising.
And how much do these courses cost, Jitin? Are they all available here in India?
Honestly, few are. The last one, Bio Plus Management, is not available in that sense. Institution in Mumbai does a Pharma Plus Management, but generally this is outside India. Okay, any private institution in India would be costing anything from 2 lakhs to 5-6 lakhs on an average. There might be...
This is per year?
Per year. There might be top institutions costing 10 lakhs also. So Flame does advertising, they're around 10-11 lakhs. Ashoka does liberal arts, around 12 lakhs. So I would say government institutions typically between 30,000 rupees to a lakh rupees.
Okay.
And yeah.
And between choosing to get educated here in India as opposed to going abroad for your education, because we're talking about a quantum difference in the cost if you were to go to some of the top universities around the world, especially in the current context, Jitin, which is in the US, you have a situation where there's a push from the administration to have more local people given admission, frowning upon foreign students coming in. How do you decide between a foreign education and education in India?
So just as things change around us, similarly, right now, there is countries where people used to go, they are declining, and there are new countries who want Indians where they're welcoming, courses have been introduced in English and so on. So Japan, Netherlands, Australia is still on, though again we have seen immigrants protest and so on. But you find Finland. Finland again has a declining rate of population. They're ready to give you a PR in 4 years. And it is something amazing which, they in terms of scholarships, they are very supportive. You'll be surprised if I tell you in Japan, government university, the cost can be as low as 6 lakh rupees to 10 lakh rupees per annum.
Wow. So the prospects exist.
I just want to highlight one more. French government has signed up an agreement. Mr. Modi signed it last year. Classes internationals. So this one, I can go to France, study French for 1 year, participate in cultural activities, and then I take up a 3-year degree course at top good government-run institutions. The cost is just 4 to 6 lakhs per annum. It's only for Indian students.
Interesting. So there are tremendous prospects, not just in India, but abroad as well. This is the first of many conversations about education I hope that we will do on this program. And it should get you thinking. If you've got questions, please write to us and we'll take them up. Jitin, thanks so much for taking the time, and I hope you make it for your flight. You've managed to catch us before it. So thanks so much for taking the time. Thanks so much for taking the time.